Chapter 3 The Call. The call came in at 11:07 a.m. Deputy Miller was halfway through a cup of diner coffee when dispatch crackled through his radio. Report of trespassers. Caller armed, dogs involved, Jeffries Road. He set the mug down, dropped a few bills under it, and walked out without hurry but without waste, the way men who've seen too much trouble in daylight learn to move. By the time he turned off the main road and rolled up the gravel lane, the sound of barking carried like thunder that had lost its rhythm. Two men waited by the fence, orange vests bright against the winter field. Across the yard, Jonas Darby stood on his porch, rigid as a post, sunlight flashing on the metal at his hip. Afternoon, Miller called, voice even, measured. Everybody take a breath. Jonas didn't answer at first. His jaw was clenched so hard it looked carved. They're trespassing, he said finally, each word chipped from stone. I told them I'd call. Cole Turner lifted his palms halfway, not surrender, just language. Dogs slipped the line, deputy. We called first thing, just wanted to get him back. Miller studied the space between them. The air shimmered with a tension he knew too well, the kind that comes when pride and fear start pulling in opposite directions. The dogs paced along the fence, whining, confused. All right, Miller said quietly. No one's crossing without me saying so. Jonas, I'm asking you to holster that for me. Jonas hesitated. His hand hovered at the pistol like it was magnetic. Then, after a breath that trembled more than he wanted, he slid it back into the holster. The hounds, sensing the air soften, started barking again, less panic now, more confusion. Miller knelt, coaxed one through a gap in the wire, and let Cole leash it. See, Miller said. No harm, no foul. Jonas stood stiff, lips pressed thin. This is the third time. Maybe so, Miller said, standing. But we can keep it from being the fourth. He gave Cole a look that said get moving and another to Jonas that said let it go. When the trucks finally pulled out, the silence felt heavier than before. That evening, Miller wrote his report in neat, tired handwriting. No shots fired, no injuries. 3 dogs recovered with owner cooperation. He'd written that sentence, or ones like it, too many times in his life. He shut the file and went home, but he couldn't shake the image of Jonas's hand trembling just above the holster. He'd seen that tremor before, in men who thought the world had turned against them and decided to meet it halfway. Jonas spent that night pacing the kitchen. He replayed the moment over and over, each time rewriting it a little more in his favor. By midnight, he was certain he'd been right, certain that if he hadn't shown the pistol, they'd have crossed. He opened his laptop and started typing a new post. Another day, another trespass. I stood my ground. The sheriff did nothing. I guess in this county, your rights depend on who you hunt with. The post went live at 12:14 a.m. By sunrise, it had more than 300 comments. Some told him he'd done right. Some said he was lucky nobody got shot. One comment stood out. You keep waving that thing around, somebody's gonna test you. He didn't reply, but the words followed him around the house all morning. He started recording again, walking the fence, narrating like a reporter. Tracks here. Evidence of intrusion. Deputy notified. The video was dull, methodical, half legal brief, half confession. He uploaded it anyway. Each view felt like validation, each like another witness to what he called the truth. Down the road, Cole Turner sat in his truck and watched the same video on his phone. Wayne leaned over from the passenger seat. Man's digging his own hole. Cole didn't answer. He was looking at Jonas's eyes, flat, cold, rehearsed. I think he's already in it, he said. That evening, Miller got a call from the sheriff. People re-stirring it up online. That dog man, Darby, he's the talk of half the county. I saw, Miller said. Keep an eye. Last thing we need is somebody trying to teach him a lesson. Somebody already did, Miller said. It just didn't take. The next morning, the phone rang again, this time, Jonas's number on the caller ID. I've documented everything, Jonas said before Miller could speak. They're mocking me online, calling me crazy. That's harassment. Let it cool off, Miller said. They're threatening me. Anybody say they're coming to your house? Silence. Didn't think so. Try not to feed it. But Jonas was already typing again as they hung up. When the system fails, a man has to stand alone. I'll be ready next.